What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, we got to talk about that new teaser that just dropped for Godzilla Minus One, a new Japanese movie in the Godzilla franchise that takes place a very long time ago and seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from Shin Godzilla, the last official live-action movie Toho made back in 2016. Now, we only got to see brief glimpses of the monster in this new teaser, but what we did get to see, much more, happens to be some pretty huge levels of carnage that he's going to be causing in this movie. So, tons of people running by in fear and a gigantic amount of devastation caused by things crashing in Godzilla's wake set the tone for what I'm going to assume is a much more serious movie when compared to what Legendary has been doing in the MonsterVerse. Basically, it looks like Japan isn't done giving us the more menacing version of the monster that people have been saying they're more a fan of when compared to the goofy Showa sequel era roots that many people in the West grew up on. I myself did grow up on that stuff too, and I know there's a lot of people that are like 40, 50, 60, 70 years old that love the old campy Godzilla stuff, but it is the original 1954 classic that is really the best of the best, and Japan knows that's what they're trying to do right now. Now, what we did get to see in this teaser of the monster was pretty awesome in my opinion, and it even looks like the creature is going to be presented in a more serious way to what the Legendary design has to offer. The best way I can describe this version of Godzilla and how he looks as far as, what we saw in the trailer is some kind of combination of what Godzilla looked like in GVK or King of the Monsters. It looks like that only mixed with the Shin Godzilla look from 2016, which I love, by the way. He really is looking kind of gnarly from what we've seen so far, and while again this is very early in the promotional build-up for Godzilla Minus One, I'm excited to see what becomes of it. We can see from this official picture that they put out, which, by the way, shout out to Jacob from Dangerville for keeping me up to date on this info. If you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. Just do that immediately if you want to stay up to date on news for the Godzilla and Kong universes. But yeah, from this new image, he's looking really gnarly, man. I'm loving the more T-Rex or dinosaur-inspired teeth design that he's got here, and it almost reminds me of the Heisei era, like the early part of it from the 1980s, Return of Godzilla, sort of like that. Now, Godzilla Minus One, which I guess is the official title, I thought we were calling it Godzilla Zero, but yeah, Godzilla Minus One is set to come out in November of 2023. And while I'm not so sure when it's going to be hitting everywhere else globally, I'm hoping for a big release similar to what went down with Shin back in 2016. Okay, whoa, so this literally just came out. They just announced that Godzilla Minus One is not only going to be coming out in America on December 1st, by the way. The story apparently takes place in post-war Japan and could give us a little bit of added lore that helps establish the political failings of Shin Godzilla as some sort of generational conflict. Like history repeats itself and strong men make good times make weak men. That sort of narrative. Godzilla Minus One is really cool so far. I'm loving the tone, I'm loving the design. Now, if you haven't watched already, not only have I done a review of Shin Godzilla, but I've also talked about a deleted scene that got cut from that movie, which actually explains where that creature came from. Now, I don't know if that's going to be canon to this new film, but yeah, it's something to think about. Anyways, guys, what are all of your thoughts on the new teaser that just dropped for Godzilla Minus One? Like, what do you think about it? Do you think this is going to be an interesting movie, and are you interested in checking it out in December of this year? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below.